On March 11th, 2011, I woke up. I seen a word that made me question my reality. The word was harp. I first believed that this was an actual instrument that the gentleman in the YouTube comment had said. I didn't understand what he meant by it, so I asked him. I made my name to ask that question because I had never, ever been on YouTube before. I made that name MattsGottaKnow because I had an urge to know, all of a sudden, why this earthquake had taken place, why so much water had rushed, why a nuclear power plant was beside the ocean so closely, and why is it now pouring tons of nuclear waste into our ocean, if you believe that. I then went down every rabbit hole you could imagine. I noticed how things that I enjoyed, my hobbies like video games, were involved. Things like chemtrails being in video games like Gran Turismo, I believe, was the very first one where I think I was on Laguna Seca. I was coming around the S-Bend and there was a chemtrail blasted across the sky and I couldn't believe it. Then I was playing Call of Duty later on in life. I think it was Black Ops 2. Welcome to the Harp Research Center, was said by the skeleton in Zombies mode. I may be wrong with what exactly he said, but it's there. You can go look into it. Then later on in life, I played Grand Theft Auto. And in Grand Theft Auto, it was released many times. People are still playing that same game to this day. This was a very long time ago. I noticed how they had just added the halo rings around the sun. Then I seen things like the Illuminati symbols being all over the place. Then I seen the numbers. Then I seen the patterns. Then I started speaking to the matrix. Then I found my operator. Then. So you see what I'm saying here is I woke up and it took a long time. And I was embarrassed. I can remember when I first started doing the chemtrail videos, I would have my phone up and I'd be embarrassed and I'd put it down if someone came by. If you're an old school vet to this channel, you know that later on, by the time the channel was getting deleted, I didn't give a shit anymore. I don't. And I didn't. We have to let go of the egos and you have to wake up to this reality. It is time. Consider me your Morpheus. I will take you to the Oracle and find out if you're Neo. And you just might be, because the things I've seen that happen to me sometimes make me feel like I'm Neo. But I'm not. I'm just part of this program or this code. And I just broke free of it. Of course, I'm still involved within this reality because I really have no choice, because so many are so deeply asleep that I just can't do it. I cannot live this the way I should, or we should. So the reason for all of this little rant here is because I'm going to be making a podcast soon. And I'm looking for people to interview. And I want to hear your awakening story. What caused you to say, what the fuck? Because to this day, I remember so vividly just saying to myself out loud, wow, it's all fake. His story is just a bunch of bullshit. And there's so much for me to learn. And that's what I did. And that's what you can do. So with that said, if you're interested in being interviewed, maybe a couple weeks while I figure out how to even make a podcast. But I don't think I'm going to have too much trouble. And Shekels, if you're listening, you are definitely the co-host. So with that, everybody, I will see you in the next one. Please leave a comment. I don't know what I'm going to have on the screen here for you to look at, but it's probably just going to be a bunch of crazy shit that I've learned through my whole life. Or sorry, my awakened life. Okay, everyone. Thanks for listening to me rant. Let me know if you're interested.